Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? It's Porky here, biggest gob in sport. We'll get straight down to business. No messing about. But first of all, I want to give a big shout out to Eastwood Autos that's changing its name to South Yorkshire Autos this week. Welcome Estates. Got some fantastic villas over there in Spain, in Algorfa and Alicante area. La Finca Golf Course, amazing. And Spartan Civil Engineering and Demolition. Give them all a big shout out from Porky. Right. Fury Power! Fury Power versus Chisora Free. A trilogy. Fury schooled him both times in past. 8.5 years ago, he bashed him to a pulp. He bashed him that bad that Bricktop, aka Frank Warren, jumped out in his seat and told Don Charles to stop the fight. Then went on record afterwards and said Chisora should retire. Well, in his last 15 fights, Chisora's won 8, lost 7. But yet he's in a world title fight. On strength of a hometown decision against 40-odd-year-old Pooh Left. Yeah, Pooh Left. That's right, Pooh. So what do we think of this? £26.95 pay-per-view. FOT fans, we want to do this, FOT fans, eh? All that stick, Bricktop, gave Eduardo Hills, you know, the 5-0 Iceman from Billericay. Free by way of, but there's no footage of any knockouts whatsoever. All we've got is him knocking Spotty Frank about, the T-boy. Secondary ticket markets, Bricktop, every interview a few years back, all it was about stabab and secondary ticket markets. They were even going on about questions being asked in House of Commons. I wonder who were behind that. And now look what we've got here. We've got Bricktop dealing with secondary ticket markets. We're keeping our pay-per-views down to 20 quid. Well, £26.95 to watch a man that's talking like Scooby-Doo with 12 losses, who's 40 years old next year. Derek Chisora's 40 next year. Fighting the Gypsy King, who was undefeated. And obviously he's the superstar of the division now, isn't he? £26.95, eh? I'm not going to mention this, but it's like I told that waster that keeps ringing up my sponsors and going berserk. Listen here, you waster, and you know who you are. You'll keep poking me with a stick, and I'll fight back. I'm just like you lot, fetched up the same. I won't have liberties, not at all. Ask anybody. Go and ask Big Ron, aka Dennis Hobson. I don't put up with liberties. All right. This fight is a farce. It's a liberty taken against the fans, and you're feeding the fans lip service, but look what you're serving up. £26.95 for this. Oh my God. Hey, is that the state of the heavyweight division now? Well, between the lot of you, you can't get a proper heavyweight fight on. You can't get Joshua on against Fury. That's what the fans want. Or Joshua Usyk. We have to put up with this. And I don't want to hear all this about the last thing an heavyweight loses is his punch. And he pushed Usyk all the way. He pushed Usyk all the way. No, he didn't push Usyk all the way. He won a couple of early rounds. Look what you said after the fight, Bricktop. Look what you said. You're changing your tune. You weren't even in the fight, Chisora. It was a schooling. Unbelievable. Leopards do not change their spots. Yes, Bricktop, you are back on your perch as the numero uno in UK boxing promotion. Now that Eddie Hills has slipped down the pecking order, but don't put this on at 26.95. If you put this on at a tenner, you'll get more sales. Not 26.95. It's a liberty. So by the looks of it, BT will be underwriting this because I can't see how they're going to make this pay. I'm not buying into all that. All the tickets are sold. They're going to have to give them all away, aren't they? Try and fill arena out. This is an O2 fight, not a stadium, not a football stadium fight. It's an O2 fight. But hey ho, what can you do? What can you do? But you're more than welcome on Porky's Corner anytime you want, Bricktop. Or your wingman, he's more than welcome. You know what I mean? If you get him out in his Zimmer frame. Anyway, moving on. Ruiz Wilder. If it happens, I think that's a good fight. But I see Wilder putting Chubby Checker on the moon. That's what I see with that one. But I see old Fury Power. Fury Power's piped up again. Well, he only does 15 interviews a day, doesn't he? He's piped up again, saying if Usyk bottles it, he'll fight Joe Joyce. What's all that about? Why don't you fight Joe Joyce now? December 3rd, he'd have took that fight in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. So why don't you fight him now? You mind down the line? Let's have him on now. Instead of putting Del Boy on slab. Because that's what's going to happen. Somebody's going to end up on slab. We want to see Usyk Fury. That's what we want to see. Usyk Fury. But when you've got people like Calla and Eddie Hills, the 5-0 Iceman, going behind the scenes to stop these undisputed fights, you know, whispering in certain governing bodies' ear holes, it's a joke. It's a joke. Ah, we're doing the best for our guy, Philip Ergovic. He's just been beat by Zhang. Do me a favour. Zhang's just schooled him and got robbed. Utterly robbed. It's an utter joke. We need to bin belts. The fans know Usyk and Fury are the top two. So bin the belts and just have them fight at Ring Magazine. That way you all get more money. There's no sanctioning fees to pay. What's the matter with you all? Jeez. Unbelievable. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, over at the Stash House, Calla's doing cartwheels because it's going to purse bids. Aren't you, Calla? Hey, unbelievable. Listen, best fight out there at the moment in heavyweight divisions. Nathan Gorman and Fabio Wardley. That's the best fights out there at the moment. It's a 50-50 fight, and I'm going to pick Gorman to win that because skills pay the bills. That's my opinion. I'll tell you those bills I don't want to pay. Johnny Fisher Sr., a.k.a. Boss Hogg. Have you seen the amount of scram that man eats? If it's not burgers, it's Chinese. If it's not Chinese, it's Cantonese. If it's not Cantonese, it's wobbly knees. What's going on? What is going on there? So this is what's happened. Johnny Fisher Sr., a.k.a. Boss Hogg, he's got out a limo with 7 mates and walked into a restaurant in Essex. And everybody stood up and clapped. So he got his tits out for the lads. I mean, where I live, if people walk into a restaurant or a pub, if somebody walks into a restaurant or a pub and people start clapping, it's usually because it's a British champion like Bruce Woodcock or Josh Whale. You know, people like that, or, you know, Ryan Rhodes. You know, it's not Johnny Fisher, aka Boss Hogg, you know, world renowned, famous for eating and naming loads of Chinese foods, as many Chinese foods as they can in 30 seconds. What is all that about? Is this where boxing's heading now? Eh? The geezer's 48, heading on to 88. He's eating his way to an early grave and everybody's cheering him on. Are they going to be cheering him at his funeral, when he's wrapped up in a wooden box? Touch wood, it don't happen, but Is that what they're going to do at his funeral? Hey, they're all going to shout Bosh. Hey, unbelievable. The geezer needs a gastric. Somebody go have a word in his ear hole. Do you know what I mean? Do I see his son, Johnny Fisher Jr., aka Elmer Fudd? Do I see him winning a British title? No, I don't. He'll go the trinket route like Conor Benn, but because he's doing tickets, they'll keep him propping up the shows. But does he beat Dave Allen? No, Dave runs over him like a truck running over a Volkswagen Golf. Does he beat Fabio Wardley or Gorman? No, they run over him. Do you know what I mean? So we're not going to see him in a serious fight anytime soon. Not while ever you've got his father running around doing TikTok videos showing everybody how big and hard he is, eating massive, large amounts of food. What is all that about? Hey, it's matchroom gimmick stuff. It's a bit like Chisora eating burgers after a fight. The guy's a crank. Utter crank. He's got brain damage. You know what I mean? It's utter madness. But what can you do? It's nobody's listening anymore, are they? It's everybody's going after the money. We've got this Greg Hardy, ex-American NFL guy. He's calling out Big John Fury, big fighting man, for a battle royale. Hey, we don't want them Yanks coming over here because John can't go over there, so he's going to have to come over here. To be honest with you, I hope John Fury flogs him. NFL guys now wanted to get in on the scene. I mean, the horse has bolted now, hasn't it? And everybody's scrambling for a few quid. I mean, touching £27 nearly, all but at 5 pence for a pay-per-view to watch a man with 12 losses. Am I going crazy here, or am I missing something? Do I not get this? Do I not get this? What are you doing, Bricktop? Unbelievable. Like I've just said before, you have anybody threatening me or phoning me, emailing me about this again, I swear to God, I'll put a video out a day. I might anyway leading up to fights. It's a joke. It's an utter joke. Let me just finish on Maxi Hughes. What's going on with this lad, Eddie Hills? Anybody who's anybody in boxing knows that Maxi Hughes is the fighter of the year for the UK. He is the man. What are they doing for him? Is he parked up? Hey? Is it a DAZN issue? Are they fed up with Eddie Hills, the 5-0 Iceman from Billericay? Hey? Free by way of, but no footage. Hey? What is happening? Have DAZN had enough? Have they overspent? Hey? Eddie's had a good rinsing out at job, hasn't he? Hey, oh, overpaying everybody. Tommy Coyle running around with thousands. He must have thought all his dreams had come true. Unbelievable. Everybody's been overpaid, and now what we got? Now they're underpaying people. They can't even get Maxi Hughes to fight or Terry Harper. Looking like Terry Harper's going to have to vacate, isn't it? What's all that about? Hey? Or get put into a fight where she gets put on the moon or planet orbit. So, or is it that promoters are blocking Eddie Hills? I don't know, but they can't seem to get out going with DAZN at the moment, can you, Eduardo? So I don't know what to make of it all, really. It all leaves a bad taste in my foul mouth. Hey, 5-year Porky's Corner's been going. Here's to the next 5. All right, Bricktop, you have a good week. All right, you take care. Don't forget, Bricktop, if you want to buy a property in Spain, get in touch with Welcome Estates. They are the top dogs at the moment. Hey? If you need any demolition work done, get in touch with Spartan Demolition. They know what they're on with. All right. Peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. Don't have nightmares, Bricktop. Big shout out to my mate Frank and Dave Altenberry. Booyaka!